he wants to, John, he wants these Pharisees or these ones that have come to him, these religious leaders, to know who he is. And it might take those jabs with some people, to just say, hey, wake up, wake up, wake up. And that's exactly what we're doing for the people here in Dearborn and everywhere. We're just saying, hey, look to Jesus.
Yeah.
He's already been talked about throughout the Old Testament, because our Muslim friends will say, hey, we believe the Torah. We believe the Psalms. We believe the prophets. We believe the Injil, the Gospels. And so still they're saying these things, but then we show them, hey, look at this. He was wounded for your transgressions. He was bruised for your iniquities. The chastisement of your peace is upon him. With his stripes, you can be healed.
Yeah.
He was born in, it says in Bethlehem. One that says whose goings have been from old. One that was supposed to be on the cross, and they're piercing his hands, they're piercing his feet, and they missed these prophecies. They couldn't see who he was. So John is just simply saying, look, you already know who he is, but you don't know who he is. You're supposed to know these things, actually, but you don't. He's right here. Why don't you trust in him?
Yeah. And I like that verse that you brought up there, because notice, who doesn't his own receive them not?
Yeah.
So what is John saying? You're darkness. Right. You're in darkness.
Yes.
And now he gives us a story that illustrates it.
Right.
Pharisees in darkness, groping around, having to go and inspect every Johnny-come-lately who is obviously not the Messiah, so much so that they cannot identify the very Messiah, Jesus Christ, when he's right in front of them.
Right.
And so here are these evidences of it. John, the gospel writer, is digging that point in, but then John the Baptist is affirming that to them, that you can't even see him. And then, so he is here. So in other words, the incarnation has happened.
Right.
God in the flesh, and the Word was made flesh and dwelt among us. That has taken place. Your darkness, your spiritual darkness, has made you blind to him. So I'm going to say one more thing about that. So we might have a listener who goes, well, then how do you turn on the lights?
Yeah.
Faith.
That's right.
Faith.
Yes.
When you by faith believe that Jesus is who he says he is, then lights get turned on.
Right.
So that Paul says in the book of Ephesians that our spirits that we're dead. He quickens our spirits that we're dead in trespasses and sins.
Yes.
What does that word quicken mean? It means to be made alive.
Exactly.
In other words, the lights turn on. The lights, and so you go from darkness to light, not by your works of righteousness.
Right. If you can explain that, because many of our Muslim friends, or even others, oh, I believe in Jesus.
Yeah.
But what is the difference in just saying, oh, I believe in Jesus, and this saving faith?
Yeah.
What is that difference?
I think the end of the passage is going to help us there.
Right.
Because John the Baptist, in his very John the very Baptist way, gives Christ the preeminence.
Yes.
So how does he end in the last verse, or there in verse 27? He it is who coming after me is preferred before me, and then he throws in this great little this line, whose shoe latchet I am not worthy to unloose.